Welcome to another NHL Daily News with your anchor, Coach Frenchy. Today we have a couple of signatures as the head coach and finally a couple of trade rumors around the league, so don't go nowhere. Here we go. Let's starting with the first breaking news of the day. And it's coming for the Edmonton Oilers. They signed today, it confirmed. Now they removed the interim tag to the head coach, Jay Woodcroft. He's going to be the head coach with an extension until 2024-2025. He has an amazing, great record with 26-9-3 for a winning percentage of .724 and many categories on the stat. The team was the top 5 in NHL since he was behind the bench. Listen, this is great confirmation for the Edmonton Oilers. I know Tresalo and McDavid really enjoy to have him with the team. And of course, plus Jay bring a lot of offensive mind inside the Oilers. He can see this during the year. And the Edmonton Oilers got eliminated in the third round. So this is a great performance overall for the Edmonton Oilers this season. Plus, now with Jay Woodcroft, we'll see what's happening with them for the next couple of years. Let's move on for the next breaking news. Like we mentioned yesterday, but now confirmed by the team, the Dallas Stars signed the new head coach, the 25th in the history franchise, and also the 10th with the Dallas Stars, the veteran of 15 years, Peter DEBOER, as the new head coach. DEBOER have 3 years with the Vegas Golden Knights. Now he's going to be that new coach for the Star. One thing I really important to mention, remember, Peter was the coach with Joe Pavelski with the San Jose Sharks. And this could be a great mix for both of them. And I think Dallas Stars is going to take advantage and take great opportunity for them to have that association with both. And of course, other players going to enjoy the way Peter has been. The only concern for me is like, guys, if you look about his career in NHL, he never won the Stanley Cup, never been deep in the playoff as a hockey coach. So it'll be interesting how he's going to do over there. We know Dallas Stars have a couple of things to figure out. Example, John Klingberg as a UFA, the new contract extension possible for Jake and Robinson. So they have a lot of work to do for Jim Neal, but the general manager, Neal, confirmed now the new head coach of the Dallas Stars is going to be Peter DEBOER. Let's move on now, guys, for what? Of course, the trade rumor around the league. Here we go, guys. Let's talking about the first trade bait we have for you. It's coming for the St. Louis Blues. They mentioned they're not going to resign 2 players. First, Tyler Bozak, the veteran of 60 years in NHL, beat his last year as a professional hockey player. Not sure he's going to be retired. It's something we have to follow up. But the most important thing, guys, is the goaltender, UFA Ville Husso. The demanding of the goalies now for the offseason is going to be really high. It's possible Ville Husso get a lot of money around. Not be surprised he get a minimum to $4 or $5 million, so maybe 4 to 5 years. We know he has only one full year in NHL, but again, the 26 years old is going to be interesting where he can go. The St. Louis Blues are more interested to sign other players like maybe a Nick Lady or David Perron and resign an extension to Rand O'Reilly. So they are limited about their money for the salary cap, but it's a story we have to follow up. Next, move on now to the second team for the trade bait. It's coming now for Arizona Coyotes, and I'm talking about the Lawson Cruz. And scored 20 goals last season in 65 games. Lawson Cruz, a 6'4", big guy, play physical, and he can bring a lot on the table. I think the Arizona Coyotes, with other players they want to trade, will be one of the big name on the market around Arizona. I would be surprised they can get a first-round pick or at least a second-round pick with a big prospect. Let's move on to the next trade bait. It's coming for the Flyers. This is very interesting because I believe GVR is going to be his last season with the Flyers. First of all, he have a contract of $7 million. He become UFA after the season. He scored 24 goals this year in 82 games. He's a, something will maybe have an opportunity to have him. If it's not out during the off-season, don't be surprised. It could be really a player in demand for the trade deadline if he continues scoring over 20 goals this year, this upcoming season. So GVR could be really a player. Now, the Flyers could buy out him, but the fact like that would give them not much saving overall, about 3.5 possible on the salary cap, and they have to give him a 1.3 on the salary cap in return for next 2 years. I don't see this as a big advantage overall. If they go to the direction of the buyout, it would be more interesting for them to trade him at some point during the offseason or the trade deadline. Finally, the last one we want to talk about, guys, is the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Pittsburgh Penguins have a couple of decisions to do here. And let's start with the situation with UFA. They have to resign Letang and Malkin. If you want to keep them, they have to figure out to maybe leave or make some trade with other players in their lineup. 2 players, I believe, could be trade. Is first of all, Jason Zucker. He's still carrying on a $5 million. Is going to be UFA after the season next year. He's prone injury for the last 5 years, guy. He never reached a full year. He played only 41 games this year. He scored 11 goals, but still, he's a guy cannot complete a full year. So it'd be interesting if they can find a team can get him. And the second player is Kasperi Kapanen. But the case of Kapanen, guy, he have a salary cap of 3.2 at that moment. He's still a RFA. So the minimum they have to give him is $3.5 million. For the guy did not score a lot this year, and he didn't produce only 30 points. It's something the Pittsburgh, we have to maybe find a way to maybe trade him and the team want him and not get too much in return. But I don't think so. At the beginning, the upcoming year for the Pittsburgh, they will keep both of them with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here we go, guys. This complete another video of the NHL Daily News with your anchor, Coach Frenchy. But before we leave, we want to remind you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the show, sharing this video, and below this video, I want to hear from you. Tell me what you think, what I'm talking about today. And of course, one more thing. And you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great day, everybody.